Again and again, Jalen Adams went through the lane, found the right angle, and banked the ball into the net, pulling the Huskies ever closer, even over the top. "Give him the ball," Alterique Gilbert said. "Give him the ball and clear out, and let him keep scoring. That's what he does." Back from his one-game suspension, Adams put the UConn men, and perhaps the season, on his shoulders, scoring all 19 of his points in the second half to lead the Huskies to a 72-64 victory over Stony Brook before 5,431 at the XL Center on Tuesday night. Why it took so long for the Huskies, who trailed by 9 points with 5:32 to go, to turn up the defensive heat and flip the offensive switch is another issue for another day. For now, it was enough that the Huskies dominated the finish and defeated another mid-major opponent, a night-and-day difference from last season, in results and in tone. "We've been tested early, and our guys have showed that they've got guts," Coach Kevin Ollie said. Jalen finally got his wake-up call in the second half. He was sensational. He played like the All-American we know he is. "We've been tested early, and our guys have showed that they've got guts." Kevin Ollie. Down 9 with a little over 5 minutes to go, a lot of people in the arena probably thought we were going to lose, but they hung in there, and they went on a 17-0 run. "We definitely wouldn't have won that game last year. This team right here shows a resilience, shows a heart. We don't want to be in these situations, but to be in them early and show we can come back and play UConn basketball was a great feat for us." For certain, when Tyrell Sturdivant hit three-pointers on consecutive possessions to put Stony Brook 0-2 ahead 62-53, it looked dire for UConn, which, who can forget, began last season with losses to Wagner and Northeastern. In the huddle, Terry Larrier, sitting with 4 fouls, exhorted his teammates to stay in the game. The deficit was doable with the time remaining. The main person to say something was Terry, Adams said. He was like, "Relax, we're only down 9. There's 5 minutes left." Pictures, UConn men face Stony Brook. The UConn men's basketball team rallied for a 72-64 come-from-behind victory against Stony Brook on Tuesday, November 14, 2017 at the XL Center in Hartford. Freshman Tyler Poley hit a three-pointer, then Adams drove to the lane, scored and completed a three-point play to make it a one-possession game. Adams scored UConn's next 9 points, giving the Huskies the lead with 2:19 to play. By the time Stony Brook scored again, in the final seconds, the Huskies had control. Once Tyler hit that three, Adams said, "It was huge, and everybody just rallied behind that. My teammates had crazy trust in me to just keep making plays." Adams, who was suspended for the first game, a 12-point win over Colgate, Dover an off-the-court incident, was 0-for-5 in the first half as the Huskies were out of sync on offense. He went 8 for 11 in the second half. "Give them a lot of credit," said Stony Brook coach Jeff Bowles, whose team made 11 three-pointers, "the experienced guards that they have, they closed out the game." View image on Twitter. Dom Amor at Amor Courant. UConn huddles up. 6:09 left in half. 7:35 a.m., November 15, 2017. Replies, retweets, likes. Twitter adds info and privacy. Fifth-year transfer David Onyewura, who had been out nearly a month with a hip injury, played only 3 minutes in the first half, but was out there for 10 in the second. Though he didn't score, he had 7 rebounds in 13 minutes and excelled at setting screens to free up Adams and Alterique Gilbert, who had 14 points and 4 assists. As Sturdivant and Jordan McKenzie got into foul trouble for the Seawolves, the UConn guard stopped settling for jump shots and attacked the rim. "He's so big, he sets good screens, and it's hard for people to get over those," Adams said. "He really did a good job of getting me open." Eric Cobb also had 7 rebounds. Larrier had 12 points in 20 minutes, including a couple of icing free throws with 34.5 seconds left, and Antoine Anderson scored 10. "Everybody made an imprint on the game," Ollie said. After getting off to the 0-2 start last season, UConn missed numerous chances to salvage the season by letting close games slip away. Here, with the 19-2 finish over the final 5:32, the new-look Huskies showed a will to hold together, though they will still have to prove they can do that against the high major teams coming up. "I can't even compare last year's team to this year's team," Adams said. "This is a whole different team. This team just runs off high energy. As soon as one person comes in with energy, everybody just feeds off of it," said Gilbert. "That's the first thing coach said when he came into the locker room after the game. Last year, we would have folded.